South Park's newest special called The Panderverse made heads explode when it was announced only a few days ago, and of course there's been a lot of talk on social media about it. Will this be good? Will this be as hilarious as it sounds? But of course there are just a few people online who are so bothered by this, they are putting out articles trashing it. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. So, I wanted to just start off with showing this Louder with Crowder article. It says South Park returns, looks ready to make leftist heads explode, mocking the race and gender swapping Panderverse. Now, I, of course, and many other people have been calling out Hollywood and entertainment in general over the past few years for doing this. They make all these changes to existing characters that people know and people love, and then, of course, when we criticize them, we are called ists or phobes. We're just called very terrible things for not instantly supporting all of the changes they are making simply to get their ESG scores up to hit those DEI initiatives that the companies want them to. And now South Park is not afraid, and they are going to be mocking the race and gender swapping of the entertainment industry. And of course, South Park is very well known for mocking lots of trends, lots of individuals. A couple of months ago, they stirred up some controversy surrounding Harry and Meghan and mocked them. And apparently, Meghan Markle was so upset they were even thinking of suing over it, but it says Matt Stone and Trey Parker always seem to know when the world needs them the most, and the world needs to laugh now more than ever. I think that this is going to be great, just judging by the kind of teasers that we've gotten so far, not only just the trailer that we've seen, but also the brief description. It seems like it's going to touch on AI at some point, but also the trailer that we got shows that, like, in Cartman's dream, he basically has imagined all of his friends being like race and gender swapped and being turned into these stunning and brave characters. So it definitely seems like this special is going to touch a lot of kind of different overlapping topics all at once. But I think that this is going to be hilarious, and of course a lot of other people do too. I mean, just look at these positive ratios on the YouTube trailer for it. As you can see, it went up 5 days ago. It's got 675,000 views in that time frame, 8,000 likes, and only 121 dislikes. So it seems that most people are not bothered by this. Most people are not outraged by this. But of course, there are just a few individuals who have decided to put out articles trashing this, saying it looks controversial. It's kind of an icky special. You know, this is just unacceptable, they're saying. So, starting off with this Man of Many article, it says South Park joining the Panderverse trailer looks a little controversial. The only people who think it is controversial are the people who are, like, constantly defending companies and saying that, oh, companies are just, you know, diversifying characters because they actually care about things like diversity and inclusivity and representation. These companies, most of them, don't genuinely care. Most of the people at these companies don't genuinely care. They just think that it's going to make them money. It says South Park's favorite misfits are back, and this time it's a pandemonium of epic proportions. Paramount Plus recently unveiled a special South Park event, South Park Joining the Panderverse, where Cartman's dreams and the rise of AI promise a wild ride through chaos and comedy. Now, like I mentioned, South Park is of course known for pushing the limits, not being afraid to touch on specific topics. They talked about the lockdown in a few different special events. Now they're doing Joining the Panderverse. They're going to be dealing with some AI discussion, but It says Paramount Plus has also treated fans to a quick teaser alongside this announcement, featuring the South Park boys, Cartman, Kenny, and Butters switching things up with different genders, ages, and races, suggesting that the show might poke fun at identity politics. Oh, it's going to do more than just poke a little fun at identity politics. I think it is going to utterly destroy identity politics, and I think that when this comes out in a week, it is going to be causing so many meltdowns. I think that's just the best way to say it. I think that there are going to be so many people outraged online, furious that they would do this, that they would make fun of such important issues, as they're going to say. It says the trailer is a bit of a wild ride of pure mayhem, and it's a bit of a head scratcher, to be honest. It's like they don't understand what the point of it is, because they even go on to say, how does this even make any sense? What do you not understand about it? From what we know, Cartman has a dream, and he imagines all of these characters being race swapped and gender swapped. It's South Park. It's a comedy. These people just don't understand humor anymore. And I also had talked about this in my last South Park video, but it says there's a new South Park event teaser, and God, we're already so tired. This is by AV Club. They are so bothered that this is happening. They're saying that it's going to be big and it's going to be complicated, and they're just not sure. It says the basic gimmick, at least from the teaser, is that the South Park boys have been replaced with adult women of color in what may or may not be some kind of nightmare that Cartman is having. I think that it's great that they're at least finally admitting that identity politics are a big freaking gimmick. It's nice to see them be a little bit self-aware. It also says that the Spider-Man referencing title suggests that the show will be offering its take on increasing calls for diversity in mainstream media, or at least allegations that said calls are cynically exploited by studios to make money. I absolutely hate that these people genuinely believe that companies and higher ups at companies care about anything except money, because most of them don't. Of course, there are some activists that do really care. Some of these like CEOs or creatives that do genuinely think that like this is the way we're gonna make money. This is what people want to see. It's better if we do this now because eventually this is the direction of the industry. But it still all boils down to money. They need to make money, and if they don't, well, how much diversity they have in their content isn't going to matter. It's not going to add up to anything. Of course, we sadly haven't gotten much more information on the special itself, but just judging again by how positively this is going, again, 8.1k likes, 121 dislikes, and the comments are filled with people saying this is going to be hilarious. Cartman looks stunning and brave now for some reason, as a joke. I think that this is going to go over really well with people. I think it is going to resonate with a lot of people who are just so sick and tired of seeing things like, you know, companies trying to get those ESG scores up and their DEI initiatives that are absolutely killing content. I think diversity and inclusivity are very important and good things when done correctly, when done naturally. But unfortunately, these companies do not do that anymore. And it's the reason why, creatives behind shows like South Park are not afraid to get their hands a little dirty and to mock these individuals. But yes, as you can see, this special is already taking major backlash. I'm sure that it is going to continue before its release in just a week and a half. But yeah, I mean, there's no other real solid information we have on this special at this point. If we do get any more, I will be covering it again. But for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.